What's up, guys? Brandon here, and I am back with another action figure review. Today we're taking a look at Avengers Infinity Wars basic figures. Super excited. I found these at Walmart. Super excited. The street date I found out is March 3rd. I found that out through a rough experience at Target. But in front of us, we're taking a look at Rocket and Groot, Star-Lord, Iron Man, Captain America, and Hulk. Really excited for these basic figures. They're supposed to be at about 6 inches tall, but I'm going to say they're about 5.5. Really excited to see what it is we can learn from these figures that may end up being in the movie. And each one of these do come with an Infinity Stone that you can attach to their gear. So I really like that. And I'm also excited to figure out just how many figures they're going to do for the basic line. I was able to find all of these except for Thor and I believe Black Widow. Other than that, they should everybody else should be here. And I assume that they're going to make Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and probably some of the other characters later on. But as it stands right now, Black Widow and Thor are the only ones that I have not been able to find. Captain America, the one I am most excited for. Loving the beard, loving the Wakanda shield. Very happy to have this Captain America. Or Nomad, or just Steve Rogers, or whatever you want to call him. And this one I actually hadn't seen anywhere. There's been pictures all over the internet, but Hulk I was really excited to see. Didn't expect him to make his figure so soon. And I really like that. He's got some random piece of metal for his Infinity Gauntlet weapon. But yeah, real cool stuff. So stay tuned. We're going to get these opened up and out of the packaging. Alright, so we have these figures out of the packaging. Let's take a closer look. First, taking a look at Groot and Rocket. They're actually some pretty interesting figures. I really do like Groot. He's got a lot of detail in the greens and the blacks. And the sculpt work actually looks fantastic. So for a basic figure, I am very happy. I mean, even in his eyes. So looks great. If we take a look at the back, that sculpt work is fantastic. Up top, looks pretty good. And if we take a look at his feet, there are peg holes. And if we take a look at Rocket, it's a pretty standard figure. Not too much detailing here. His eyes are pretty much just black, so that's about it. But he's definitely, I think, going to fit in if you got Marvel Legends. He looks like a very good representation. Really like that. They even managed to get peg holes in his feet too, so I definitely like that. If we take a look at their accessories real quick, Rocket comes with this gun. Just a standard gray metallic gun, I guess. And we get a purple Infinity Stone. Looks pretty cool. We can attach this just like that. Looks pretty cool. And let's see if it'll fit on Rocket's hand. And it does. Kind of odd. Kind of weird. But it does fit. So there you go. Interesting little gimmick, but it does work. And if we take a look at articulation for Groot, moving in the head on a ball joint, up and down, pretty good. In the shoulders, forward and back, at the elbow, with a twist and a bend. No waist articulation, but we do have movement in the hips, forward only, not back, and that's about it. And if we take a look at Rocket, we've got movement in the head. It's also on a ball joint. He looks down, up not so much. Movement in the arms, movement in the legs, and his tail is articulated on a ball joint too, so forwards, out, and back. Looks pretty good. Alright, so I think, for $8 or $9 to get two figures, Rocket and Groot, it's a pretty good deal. Um, Gotta play with that articulation there. Get Rocket to stand up. I think Groot is definitely the better out of the two. But yeah, pretty great figures. If we take a look next at Star-Lord, I am very happy that they made his figure. No alternate head, so that's a bit of a bummer. But I'm very happy that we have him. Looks pretty good, actually. These basic figures, quote-unquote basic, are actually very detailed. So I can definitely admire that. Being that they're about $10 a piece, if you want an accurate representation of what we see in the movie, just some memorabilia on your shelf, I think that these probably do a pretty good job. So definitely liking that a lot. The paint applications look fantastic. If we take a look at his articulation real quick, moving in the head, up and down, side to side, a little tight, it's on a ball joint. Moving in the shoulders, forwards and back, and out. Moving in the elbow, up and down, and side to side. No waist articulation. Do get moving in the hip. And that looks like that's about it. If we take a look at his accessory, he comes with this gun. Another standard metal, I guess, gun, metallic gray gun. And he does come with an infinity stone, red to be exact. We can place this on here, just like that. And let's see if it fits in his hand. It does. Pretty good. Much better than Rocket's. So, looks pretty great. Happy to have Peter Quill. Happy to have him as part of the Infinity War. Taking a look next at Iron Man. Very excited to have this figure. I'm a big Iron Man fan, especially with trying to complete my Hall of Armor. So, definitely happy to have this figure. I believe it's the Mark 48. If we're going in order, there's a rumor that it's the Mark 50. So, I have no idea. But at least it's an accurate representation of one Iron Man that's going to be in the film. This figure in particular does the part, looks great. The sculpt work is there. Unfortunately, the paint work is not. So lacking in paint, hopefully makes up for it with some good standard basic articulation. So moving in the head, up and down on a ball joint, side to side, in the shoulders, forward and back, up and down, in the elbow, pretty good, also bends, and in the hips, does come back and forward, pretty good. So again, like I said, the paint is kind of lacking, but overall not a bad figure, especially if you want to have them all in the Infinity War, or if you want to make a little display. He does come with an accessory, which is actually pretty cool, painted with like 3 different colors, and I do like it. And then he comes with this infinity gem. It's green, and it attaches just like that. Looks pretty cool. And let's see if Iron Man will hold it. A little trickier here. There we go. Alright, so he does hold his gun. Not sure why he'd need a gun. He's got his repulsors and, whatever else. But yeah, looks pretty cool. Definitely a good one to have for an Infinity War collection. So, welcome aboard. Taking a look next at probably my favorite out of the bunch, it is Captain America. A bearded Captain America who is missing his star. Really, really do like this figure. I think I'm just excited to have it, so my opinion may be a little bit biased. But he actually does look pretty good. Definitely a lot of sculpt work, a lot of detail here. And overall, I think I'm just, pretty pleased for a basic figure. It looks like he does a pretty good job. If you can see there, I think it's a pretty decent likeness to Chris Evans. For a basic figure, definitely like it a lot. So, if we take a look, yes, definitely peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Looks to be about standard for these. With articulation, movement in the head, up, down on a ball joint, in the shoulders, forward and back, at the elbow, does twist in and out, up and down. No waist articulation, movement in the hips, forward and back just a little bit. So it looks like that's it for our Captain America with articulation. Definitely a great looking figure. And if we take a look at his accessory, we've got the Wakanda shield, the vibranium shield. Looks very, very nice. And it looks like he just holds it right there with that peg. And he also comes with a yellow infinity stone. So that looks pretty cool. And it should just attach on, just like that. And it does pretty good. And let's see, does he hold it? Should hold it pretty well. Right on. So there we go. We've got Cap holding his shield. Looks pretty awesome. And taking a look now at Hulk. Very excited here. I did not expect us to get a Hulk figure this soon. I didn't know there was, this much hype for Hulk. I really do like the pants. I feel like on the Titan Hero, we really were not able to see what was going on there. And it was just all black. But here we see it's gray with blue, so that's definitely nice. On the bottom, mine's got a little bit of paint splash, I guess. But they're all peg holes, so that's pretty great. On the back, looks pretty good. Pretty decent for a Hulk. And that sculpt work. Mine's got a little bit of a white blotch there next to his nose, so definitely be careful for that. I didn't really have a choice though. This was the only Hulk that they had, so I was just happy to find him and have him. If we take a look at Hulk's articulation, movement in the head on a ball joint, up and down, side to side, pretty good. In the shoulders, forward and back. At the elbow, pretty good. Also twists. No waist articulation, and movement at the hip, forward and back, pretty good. So definitely happy to have this Hulk figure. My only gripe with him, he's probably a little bit shorter and is not in scale with the rest of the figures. But other than that, he looks great. If we take a look at Hulk's accessory, he comes with this piece of steel, I guess. Kind of confused. Maybe it's a piece of street with some steel. Not sure. He also comes with an infinity stone. It's orange. Looks pretty cool. And it attaches. Should attach pretty easy. There we go. Alright. And does he hold it? Let's see. Kind of a tight fit. But yeah, he does hold it pretty good. So, right on. Looks pretty great. Definitely happy to have him. The more Avengers we get to fight Thanos in the Infinity War, and the basic figure scale, the happier I am. So, looks pretty good. If we do a quick size comparison with some basic Spider-Man figures that I have from Homecoming, they definitely are in scale. It looks like they fit right in. With the exception of Iron Man, it looks like the new Iron Man is just a little bit taller than the old one. But other than that, it looks like they all fit in pretty darn good. And if we take a look at one more size comparison, here is the Teenage Groot next to the Marvel Legends Groot. And we see Rocket fits in pretty well there. These figures do stand at about 6 inches tall, but they're the basic line, so they are not true to 6-inch scale. You can see that here we've got Hawk from DC Universe Classics, and we've got the Marvel Legends Iron Man from Infinity War. So you can see they're just a hair shorter, the basic figures, compared to the true 6-inch line. So there's that. And then also here we got some 12-inch Titan Heroes. You can see Hulk, definitely there's a difference in the pants. The 6-inch figure definitely has much more accuracy in that regard. But other than that, they fit in pretty well for basic 6-inch line. Basic figures look pretty good. Alright guys, that about does it for these figures, basic figures from Infinity War. Picked these up from Walmart. They're about $9.84 a pop, so keep that in mind. Captain America and Groot definitely ended up being my favorites out of the bunch, so pick those ones up for sure. And let me know what you think about these in the comments below. And as always, the likes, comments, support, subscriptions, you guys are incredibly awesome and very responsive to my videos, so I definitely appreciate that. Thanks for watching this video through all the way to the end. Stay tuned. I've got some more awesome Infinity War stuff to show you. And thanks again for watching. Stay tuned.